Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your favorite gamer. I am Yodai2, and this is Farming Simulator 17, and this is the farm, and let's get William Branham started. Brother William Branham. And here
Listen up, but I stood by the bedside and seen saints going, hear them talk to their loved ones. That's gone on years ago. You've done that. I just wonder this, friend. This is not a doctrine. It's just a thought. I wonder if that morning when death is so hard anyhow. I standing by the side of a man here a few years ago. He'd been a Christian for a long time, and he said, talked to me, and he said, Billy, I said, is everything all right, Mr. Bledsoe? He's about 80 years old. I said, oh, everything's okay, Billy. I said, I want to see my Lord so bad. My life is all worn and gone. I want to see him. He's standing there talking to his wife there. He said, Mother. Wife said, I haven't seen you for years. He said, Billy, do you see her? I said, no. Said, you know, Mother, this is... Oh, Miss Bledsoe said, honey, you're... Said, I'm not beside myself. Said, sis, she's been gone for years. And I just wonder if that great hour when we're going down, God knows that this soul's coming from the body like a tooth being abstracted from the mouth. I wonder if God don't say to Mother, go down and stand with Jordan. Sun's coming over this morning. In our eyes, when it's breaking from the natural world into the spiritual world, that it becomes a visual eyes there, and we actually see them standing. I thought she was entering paradise. I said, what did it look like, honey? She said, oh, it was so beautiful. She said, I want you to promise me something, Bill. And I said, what is that, honey? She said, I must hurry back. She said, I guess you know why I'm going. Oh, that's what hurt me. I said, yeah. She said, you should have never listened to Mother. I said, I know it. I said, I know I shouldn't have listened to your mother. I said, honey, someday I'll make up for it, so help me. She said, Bill, if you'd have went ahead and done what God told you to do, it might have been different today. I said, that's right. I said, sweetheart, you couldn't help it. You were trying to be good-hearted. I said, I know that, honey. And so she said, will you promise me something? I said, what is it? I don't want to be a baby, folks, but oh, I think of what I've done to Christ, the wrongs that I've done. And I said, she said, promise me something. I said, what is it? She said, promise me that you'll preach that same Holy Ghost gospel until death shall set you free. I said, I promise. And she said, I want you to promise something else, that you'll not live single. Oh, I said, I can't promise that, honey. I can't promise that. I said, I've got 2 children. And said, I don't want them drugged from pillar to post. You find some good girl that's got the baptism of the Holy Ghost, and you marry her so you make a home for the kiddies. I said, I can't promise that, sweetheart. I love you too well. She said, there'll be somebody come along, Bill. I said, promise me that, will you? And I said, well, I can't promise that. She said, don't let me go without promising. She said another thing. Said, you remember that time when you was in Louisville and you wanted to buy that little rifle to go hunting with? I just loved guns and fish and things, and I was going away. And she said, remember that little rifle you wanted to buy, and it cost $3 down? And I said, yes. I think it cost about $17. And said, you didn't have money to make the first payment? I said, I remember that. She said, Bill, I wanted to get that rifle for you so bad. She said, the allowance that you give me, she said, I never bought anything, but I've been saving it. Said, after I'm gone, when you go home, look under that old folding bed up there at the top on that paper, and said, you'll find it laying up there. When I went home, found there about $2.80 laying there, wishing saved to pay that payment on the rifle. You don't know how it made me feel. She was a real girl. And she said, another thing, I want to apologize to you. Said, I did something wrong. I said, what's that? Said, I kept something from you. And I said, what's that, honey? Said, you remember that time you bought me them stockings? And I said, I don't know if they was going to Fort Wayne. I said, yes. She said, that was the wrong kind of stocking. What it was, she was taking her bath, and we were going to go up to Fort Wayne. Her dad lived at Fort Wayne at that time. And we was going up there, and I was at the, where the Rediger Tabernacle is. They just had service. Bert Williams was preaching there then. And we was going to go up there for that night. And she said, go down and get me a pair of stockings. And I heard her buy any clothes for women. She'd give me about 60 or 70 cents what it cost to buy a pair of stockings. Now, there's 2 or 3 different kinds. There's one kind called, what is it, chiffon, is that right? And the next is called something other like that. Rayon, yeah. Which is the best? Chiffon, isn't it? The chiffon. And that's kind of, I was going down the street, see if I remembered, and I said, chiffon, 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 chiffon. So I said, hello, Billy. I said, hello, chiffon, 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 chiffon. And I passed Arville's Spawn. He said, Billy, said, over on the pier out there, perch is biting that long. I said, oh, you already seen it. I said, sure enough, Arville. And I got talking to him, and I forgot what it was. And so I went out, I know they had socks at the 10-cent store, so I know the girl that was there, and I went out there, and I said, Thelma, come up, and I said, hi, Thelma. She said, hi, Brother Bill. She said, what do you want? And I said, Hope wants a pair of socks. And she said, well, Hope don't want socks. And I said, yes, she does. She wants a pair. I said, she don't wear socks. I said, she does. She wants some full style. That thing, you know, it's got the little thing in the back of it, you know. And then I said, she wants a full style. And she said, that's wrong. That ain't full. What is that? Fashion, yeah. I don't know much about them things. So I said, she wants that kind. And she said, well, them stockings. And I said, oh, all right. I said, what kind do you want? And after I'd done been so eager, I hated to show more of it. So I said, well, what kind you got? She said, we got anywhere from rayon. I said, that's what she wants. I never heard of 2 different kinds. They all sound the same to me. And so I said, that's the kind I want. She said, Hope won't rayon stock? I said, yes, ma'am. And they only cost about 20 cents a pair or something like that. She got it. I said, give me 2 pair. That's all they are. So she gave me 2 pair of them. And so I went home. You know how you like to crow to your wife when you got a bar, you know. And I said, I tell you, I said, I'm Abraham's son, you know, going on to her. I said, you women go to the river and shop all day for bargains. And I go downtown, buy 2 pair of socks, have enough left over to buy a 3rd pair if you wanted. You had money left over to get 2 pair, and you all shop in Louisville. I said, just, you know, you had to be Yiddish like me, you know. You're going on like that. And she said, did you get rayons? And I said, yes, ma'am. It all sounded just the same to me. So I thought it was something funny when she got to Fort Wayne, she had to get another pair of stockings. But she told me, she said, they're in her dying hour. She said, Bill, she said, them was for an older woman. I give them to your mother. She said, I kept that from me because I didn't want to hurt your feelings that you got. Oh, my. You don't know how it made me feel, man. And I said, bless your heart, honey. And she said, now promise me, will you, that you not. I said, I think. She looked up. She said, I'm going, Bill. And I said, are you, honey? She said, yes. I said, sweetheart, when you go, now we don't believe, you can believe anything you want to, I don't believe a Christian dies. There's no scripture for it in the Bible. Right. No, sir, he that hears my words and believeth on him that sent me hath passed from death to life. I am the resurrection life, says God. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall I live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. That's right. I said, now, honey, I'll take your body out here and I'll bury it up here on Walnut Ridge. And if Jesus tarries, I'll be in the battlefield somewhere. If not, I'll be buried by your side. I said, that morning when the sun refuses to shine, the moon turns black like blood, I said, the world was all colored and waving. I said, you go to the city gate, you go before me. I said, you go over to the city gate to the east side, and you stand there when you see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, them coming in. I said, go to screaming Bill just as loud as you can. And I said, I'll get the kiddies together, and I'll meet you there at the gate. And she raised up them bony hands and embraced around her. I kissed her goodbye. She closed her eyes and went out to meet God. That was my last date with my wife, and by the grace of God, I'm trying my best to make double time. That's the reason I try so hard to preach day and night in one campaign after another. I'm trying to make up for what I lost back there. Oh, it was hard. When I went home, tried to go to bed. Mother wanted me to come over home. I couldn't. And then I remember I went over to her little old place. There wasn't nothing there. We didn't have nothing, but I guess $10 would have bought everything we had in the house, but it was ours. She kept it clean, and it was ours, and there was no place like home. I don't care how humble it is, there's no place like home. Mother's face wasn't seen right nowhere else. And I went over there and laid down, tried to go to sleep that night. I never forget it. And I know a little old mouse that got down in a grate there where we had some papers up there, and I heard it. And she used to lay there and have some candy, and it sounded like her hands, and I got crying. And I shut the door together, and hanging on the back of the door was her kimono hanging on the back of the door, and oh my, there it was all over again. And while I was laying there crying, someone knocked at the door, and it was Mr. Broy, and he come and he said, "Brother Billy," he said, "Yes, sir, I got some bad news for you." I said, "Brother Frank, I just took her to the morgue." He said, "That's not all of it. Your baby's dying also." Sharon Rose. I said, "Surely," I said, "Dr. Dare, take her to the hospital now." Said he thinks she's dying. And I couldn't hold it no longer. I got up and I tried to walk. I couldn't do it. My strength was all gone. They helped me by the arms. They set me in the old truck. They took me out there at the hospital. And I walked in here with Sam George. Said, "Billy, don't go to her." Said, "She's dying, sonny boy." Said, "She's contracted from her mother this tubercular meningitis and went to the spine." And said, "She's dying." Said, "You can't go in to see her." Said, "On account of Billy Paul." I said, "Doc, I gotta see my baby." And I said, "Let me see her, won't you, Doc?" He said, "Billy, I can't do it on account of Billy Paul." Said, "It's meningitis, son." Said, if you carry your clothes somewhere else." I said, "Doc, let me go down there and give me chloroform and let me die with it." I said, "Life, what is it to me now? Everything of God's gone." And he started crying. And the nurse stood there and said, "No, I can't let you go in, Reverend Brandon." When she turned her back, I stepped around anyhow and went out into the basement of the isolated place, a very cheap-like hospital. And there, down there, they had a little cheesecloth laying over her face to keep the flies off, and her little spasms she was having with that meningitis had knocked out the flies was in her little baby eyes, and I shoot the flies off her eyes like that and looked down. I said, "Sure no, honey, you're not going to leave Daddy, are you?" And I looked at her little old fat legs and her little crippled hand like this, like holding like that, as she's drawing, quivered. And she was looking at me, her little lips quivered. I said, "Sharon, are you going to leave Daddy?" And it looked like she was quivering so like that. And she looked up at me, and she was suffering so hard. So one of those little baby eyes, blue eyes, was crossed like that. Looked at her, suffering so, and she looked like she was trying to reach her little hand to me. Oh, it just teared my heart out of me. I looked out, I thought, oh God, from that day, that's the reason. Cross-eyed children, oh, I just can't stand to look at them. You know, God does those things sometimes. He has to crush something to get the good out of it. Isn't that right? I've seen that little thing. I knelt down on the floor and I said, "Oh, dear God, I'm sorry that I did what I did. I said, you took my wife, my darling away from me. Now you're taking my baby. Oh, God, please don't take my little girl. I love her with all my heart." I said, "I've served you. I've done all I know to do except go when you told me to down there." And I said, "Please don't take my baby." I said, "I love her. Oh, don't pull her from me, God." I said, "Take me instead of her." As I raised my eyes, it looked like a black sheep coming forward. I knew she was going then. I raised up and looked at her. I said, "God bless you, honey." I said, "You're Daddy's darling." I laid my hand over on her head and I said, "Oh, God, I don't know why you're tearing me up like this." And I said, "Still, that don't change my faith in you." And I said, "In Job of old, though you slay me, yet I believe you with all my heart." I said, "I trust you, Lord." I said, "Dear Rose,
Seriously? You gotta push
God
it
be
that
with you, honey.
far?
In a few minutes, the angels will come pack your little soul to Mother. I'll pick you up from here and you lay your mother's arms and bury you tomorrow." I said, "Lord, I've done all I can, but it's not my will now. Let thy will be done." I laid my hand on her little head like that. I couldn't hold myself no more. I felt myself shrinking and went down to the floor. The angels of God come pick her and tuck her little soul away. Her little mouth quit quivering, her little legs straightened out. God taking her away, and I stood there, my heart smashed to pieces. Looked down, I thought, "Oh, God, oh, mercy." I said, "Lord, why don't you just take me, Lord? Just let me." I said, when I was a kid, everybody laughed at me, called me sissy, and I went hungry and went without and everything else. I said, "Here it comes down to a place you give me a little home, and I'll try to live right. And then you give me a little home, come take it away from me. God, let me go with them. I said, "Don't let me stay here any longer. I don't want to stay." I cried and
lift up my hands to him, and I said, but down in my heart, there's something that I love you. No matter what you've done, I love you. I held my hand to him. Nurse come in, looks at the baby, and crosses the hand. They come pick me up. Went out. 2 days later, we took her up there on the hill. Brother Smith, Methodist preacher, standing there and preaching the funeral. When they went to lower her down with her mother, I looked at her. She got some clods of dirt in his hand, walked around, looked over at me and turned his head here. Oh, I just couldn't stand it. Had little Billy falling on my arm here, 18 months old. I said, Billy, honey, someday you and I will go see Mommy and Sissy. I heard him with the clods on top of that casket saying ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Oh my. It seemed like coming down through the little maple trees and the breeze started blowing and there's the land beyond the river that they call the sweet forever. We only reach that shore by safe degrees. One by one we gain the portal there to dwell with the immortal. Someday they'll ring those golden bells for you and me. I turned from the grave, went home. Poor little old Billy sitting on my arm, didn't know what it was all about. I get his Bibles and put them in my pocket and pat him like this, walk the street. Back down to one night like to kill me. I walked him in my arms like this, he's crying for his mother. Didn't have his mother to go to. And I was walking back to the yard like this. He said, Daddy, where is my mama? I said, she went to see Jesus. He said, when's she coming back? I want her. I said, well, honey, I don't know. She'll come back. I started walking like this out towards the tree where my old boat used to sit. I had a little hunting dog out there. I started playing. He looked at me and said, Daddy, I thought I seen Mother up there beside that clown. I almost fell with the little fella. I staggered around, sat down there, and I just couldn't get up. Hours passed. Poor little fella sitting there crying for his mama. I went on, oh God, I know I've done wrong, but someday it'll be different, surely. I went on, tried to go to work, and I remember one morning, I went to work at a public service company. Working on lines. I climbed up a pole one morning, I was singing real early. I was singing on the hill far away, stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. While I was there, I happened to look up, the sun was coming this way, and the sun shining against me, and on them cross arms of that pole, there it was like a body moving, the shadow on the side of the hill of the cross. I thought, yes, that's right, my sins put him there. Oh, I said, God, I just couldn't stand it. I can understand my wife going, but my baby, I couldn't get that baby. Why did God take it? I looked down, I got real nervous. I pulled on my rubber glove, 2300 running right here behind me. I said, God, I hate to be a coward, but Sharon, Daddy's coming home to see you in a few minutes. I pulled the glove off and intended to put my hand on that wad, broke every bone in your body. I think I'd be on myself. I was going crazy. I couldn't settle myself. And how I ever got off of that pole, I know not yet. But when I come to myself, I was sitting down with this pole all hunkered down like this, crying, and great drops of sticky perspiration all over me. I believe if God hadn't foreordained, I believe in foreordination. If that gift should go forth, I'd have died right there. I went home. I quit that morning. I went on in. I just couldn't stand it. Went over to Mother's, and that evening I was going home, and I reached around the side of the door there and picked up some mail. And when I went inside, the first letter I got said, Miss Sharon Rose Branham, her little Christmas saving, 80 cents. It was all over again. I knelt down with that old army cot that I was sleeping on out there in the kitchen. It had gotten cold weather. Frost was up all over the floor. I knelt down and I said, God, please let me go or something. Ease my heart. I can't stand it like this. And while I was praying and crying, I went to sleep. I dreamed that I was out west somewhere. I had on one of those big western hats and I was going down across the prairie whistling, the wheel on the wagon is broken. And I happened to look, there's an old prairie schooner there and one of the wheels was broke, hanging down. And standing there was a beautiful young lady in her teens, her blonde hair blowing, her blue eyes beautiful. I passed by and I took off my hat and said, good morning, ma'am. Started walking on, whistling the wheel of the wagon's broken. She said, good morning, Dad.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave a comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time I upload a video. Until then, until my next video, God bless, God be with you, and have a peaceful and blessed day. Bye. Bye 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 bye. I am out in 3, 2, 1. Bye. Bye bye.